Wirala. Okay. So, thank you very much, comrades, members of the National Executive Committee of the ANC. Comrades, we are here today engaging with the students and talking to you to participate in the election campaign. Let's start here with this SASCO rally. The campaign is running on social media, and we've got so many students here. How many of you have got smartphones? Let's see. Aninayo? How many of you participate in the ANC election campaign on social media? How many? Nonke. And in the campaign. So we follow the campaign hashtag Vote ANC 2024. And we follow the campaign hashtag Let's Do More Together. That's how we participate in the campaign. Now, all reactionaries are there on Twitter, including those who've got one-man party. Where are our students on social media? Kandinibuza apa ukuthi nine-smartphones niyakhalaza, but siyafana mos nezinye political party abanikezwa zi-smartphone. They participate in the campaign to smash the ANC on social media. So SASCO must be dominant in the platform of social media and fight the battle to win. And to win the battle on behalf of the progressive forces. Siyavana Matabana. Now that is what SASCO and all other youth formations must do. Hashtag Vote ANC 2024 and hashtag Let's Do More Together. And that is what we're gonna do to defend the ANC and the revolution. We are not here, comrades, by mistake. We're coming from far with the struggle for free education in our country. We in fact begin in 1955 by declaring that the doors of learning and culture must be open. But the Freedom Charter itself does not address the question of free education. The Freedom Charter says the doors of learning and culture must be open and students will benefit from student loans from the state. It doesn't say there shall be free education. The Freedom Charter talks about loans. We take up the struggle later on in the 70s through Azaso, the struggle for free compulsory education, which is taken up by COSAS in 1979. And COSAS begin to talk about free compulsory education. When we came into power, we inherited a fragmented tertiary education system. And that fragmented tertiary education included what we call glorified secondary schools or Vista and so on. The ANC deliberately talks about quality education, and then later on introduces the integration of institutions of higher learning. And in that particular integration, we see the alignment of institutions in the country. And that too was the struggle of the student movement. The ANC, for the first time in 1994, introduces what we call TEFSA. At that time, TEFSA was a student loan scheme for students without bursary. Later on, TEFSA got to include bursary. Students who have performed well then get to benefit through a split decision on TEFSA through a bursary scheme. Then TEFSA tend to be transformed later on to NSFAS, National Student Financial Aid Scheme. You, the students, fight that you want free education. The ANC government take a decision that NSFAS is no longer going to be loans to the students. It's going to be a bursary scheme providing free education to the students. That is the decision that is taken by the democratic state. You can compare with the best in the world, because here in South Africa, we like to benchmark ourselves, you know, with developed countries when we are a developing country. Developed countries like Australia, United States. Go to the United States of America and ask, is education free there? It is not. Joe Biden, that old man, who's the president of the United States, the other day declared that they are going to increase student loans. In America, they talk about student loans. In South Africa, we talk about NSFAS, which is equal to free education for all the students in the Republic of South Africa. As a developing country, and we are still marching on very strong. Comrades, the crisis we are facing, which we are addressing in terms of our economy, is a mismatch of skills. And that is why now there is emphasis on skilling, and at the same time ensure that we affirm those who've got better skills for our economy. In 1994, we didn't have black people and young people studying actuarial science in the Republic. Today, you've got more than 100 black African qualified graduates in actuarial science produced by the democratic state. You've got students who are studying maritime science and everything else, which is what is required by our economy, by the way. We've got more doctors who are unemployed, and we have intervened in the situation of doctors. As we speak, our government is interviewing unemployed doctors to be employed within the democratic state. Comrades, there is unemployment rate of graduates. And that is why we have said as the ANC in this election and even before, when you graduate, you look for employment in government offices. They say bring experience. We say that must be scrapped. People must get experience at work. And that is what we are talking about as the African National Congress. And that in most government employment posts is being implemented as we speak. But employment must not only end between 18 and 35, it must go 35 and beyond. to employ everybody in South Africa. Our young people do not want handouts. Ababantu mudende, abafuna bazi-pensioners, bafuna uzenzele. Our economy in the past 5 years has been crippled, and we have realized that for the economy to flourish and to produce more jobs, it's important to accelerate industrialization. The raw materials that we export in the country, we are saying that must come to an end. We must assemble and do everything here in South Africa and export finished goods. And that is how we are going to create more employment in the Republic. And that is industrialization. And it is based on science that in the next 5 years, the ANC government, on top of the jobs that we already have in the economy, will create 2.5 million job opportunities in South Africa for the employment of young people in the Republic. So, comrades, others can talk, but we do. Yes, our revolution has had hiccups and difficulties, and it was compromised, even by the people today who say they want to come back and save it. They messed it up in the first place. Abantu namhlanje abadakasayo bagcwele yonke indawo bathi bafuna ulungisa, bafuna usave i-ANC. Bahlulakala usave i-ANC for 9 years bephethe kule country. Into enihamba nixelelwa yilaa ntsomi yexhego kuthiwa nguZuma athi nawufuna ulungisa ntoni ebephethe. Samnika ipower laa tata, waphatha wonyulo waba yipresident enezityholo zobusela, samprotecta. Namhlanje uthi yena ngaseyiva thina, besiseyiva yena. For 9 years, he failed the revolution in this country. And as students, you must never be apologetic to tell Zuma where to get off. Ufuneka nimxelele indaba zakhe ningathandabuzi. You must not be ambiguous about it. Bakhona abantu esinobamamela kule country abasebenzileyo. Hayi umuntu yathi xa simnika ipower wayithatha wayinikezela amaNdiya aphume eIndia aziguptas, wayinyangeza kubo wabanika ngezandla ezimbini. Namhlanje siqopha kumnyame kuthiwa singamasela. Part of obabusela, the person who must account for it, nguye. Lento kuthiwa i-ANC namasela, sino-load shedding ngoba state institutions, as it has been proven by Zondo Commission, were compromised. Sino-SAA, ngoku ndishiwa i-flight, SAA ifile ifele ezandleni zakhe neetshomi zakhe. Namhlanje usixelela ngokuthi yena you want to save the revolution. Kumnandi eSouth Africa madoda. OoZuma bayadakasa bathetha into abayithandayo. Kumandi sihleli apha kule ndawo sihleli kuyo kungenxa yabo. Yeah, and listen what we say as the African National Congress. Iphelile like gift yabo. Xa ubanjwa namhlanje ubanjela ubusela, mmela bucala, step aside. That's what we say. That time of protecting wrong things in this country and in the name of the ANC, it is over. Akukhathaliseki noba ungubani. Xa ubanjwa unezityholo zobusela, ubanjwa sithi mela bucala uyozimela ngenkqayi yakho uzilwele wena wedwa. This is what this path of renewal is about. Abantu base South Africa bayayithanda ANC. But ukuyithanda kwabo, it is not for free. Kufuneka amagoga nabantu abasebenzela inyani. That is what the renewal process is about. Comrades, here in this country, one of the things we will be doing in terms of our manifesto, in the basic essentials, foodstuffs like bread and all of that, value-added tax must be scrapped, and we will scrap it as the ANC. Akuzuba le value-added tax ikawuthenga isonka. Balulekile loo nto siyazi. Ewe, akhona amanyundululu kula NSFAS. Akhona abantu abamoshayo pa. But education in this country, it is free. That is why, as the leadership of the ANC, we will take steps, including consequence management, to fix NSFAS. Because that NSFAS is about abantwana babantu abamnyama bangathatha entweni ukuthi bafunde uya phambili. And the comrades, this is what we are going to do as the African National Congress. Abanye bathetha into ukuthi bazakenza lento nalento naliya. Xa ubamalela bonke bahamba pha kwi-ANC hamba khona. Abanye babo bathatha le policy ye-ANC bathi sizabongezelela kule nto i-ANC ithethayo. They don't have new ideas. Sanu argue nabantu abanganazi ideas. What we know that there are elements of anti-transformation who are saying yonke into that represents fundamental transformation in the country must be reversed. Affirmative action must be reversed. That's what they say. And who is that going to affect? Makaban, we've got the biggest middle strata in South Africa today. Abantu abamnyama baphangela ngobuninzi babo, abanye babo zi-professionals. When you qualify here and you pass out of the university, you become something else. You are going to increase in the numbers of black professionals. Abantu abamnyama, when we send some of them to transform the system, they are not transforming it. Instead, the system is transforming them because they are conformists. They are conformists. They want to be good to their masters. We want real transformers of the system, not conformists and people who enjoy the status and want to please the master. You know, ibhlungu into yokuthi sizonqinelwa nguKristo vise umlungu wesityebi owner oShoprite ukuthi there is nothing wrong about the cadre deployment. We will deploy people in the state unqinelwa ngumlungu ukuthi no akho nto wrong. The cadre deployment is practiced well over. Black intellectuals, which must come out of you, are the ones first and foremost who must defend cadre policy. The organization ngazibiza ngegama eyonomgogwana lengafuni impumelelo eMzantsi Afrika ethi yonke into eyenziwe yi-ANC for umuntu omnyama funeka ibuyiselwe emva. Ithi abasebenzi bakarhulumente funeka bakhathwe to size. Yonke into esiyenzileyo to improve the conditions of work in the republic, including living wage, ezo zinto zonke funeka zibuyele umva. Ulo mbutho wengcinezelo uthetha loo nto ukuthi i-affirmative action is counterproductive. Deployment is a problem. Affirmative action must be scrapped. That's what they say. But umbone ke abantu bakuthi begcwele yonke indawo benxibe za t-shirt zi-blue abayazi funeka sibacebise ukuthi nihamba noSathane. Xa ninxibe ezi zikipa nihamba noSathane, abantu abazawubuyisela yonke into esiyenzayo uguqula eli lizwe nozisa i-progression in this country. They want it to go backward. So we must understand that this election, comrades, is going to be won by the ANC overwhelmingly. And let me tell you as I conclude, the ANC azange yaphiwa i-victory in an election on a silver platter. Kudala sababona abantwana boqhekeko emzabalazweni, asiqala ubabona namhlanje ngoZuma. Lento yaqala pha ngo-1960 ngoSobukwe when they opened the Pan-Africanist Congress, i-PYA leni ngayibona indawo. Baqhekeka kwi-ANC, yathi ANC ngabantwana boqhekeko, and we defeated them. Kwaza i-group of 8 in exile, bathi bona ngamakomanisa bomvu, babomvu nalapha ngasemva. Omakiwa, i-group of 8 yaqhekeka kwa-ANC. Into esiyibonileyo in a democratic South Africa, sibone uqhekeko xa kuvela i-political party for the first time kuthiwa yi-COPE, Congress of the People. Iphelile ke lamgidi wekati we-COPE, uphele kwaka. Ndibone apha kwi-social media besithi abazulontsha imanifesto bayayipostpona ngoba le venue bebeyifuna abantu bazawuba kwi-stampede. Ndathi hayi kumnyama ebusweni benkawu. Iphelile le nto, iziphelele ngokwayo. And iCOPE ke ibifonywa ngamadoda nabafazi abahloniphekileyo apha embuthweni. OTheralikota, he was our national chair. Sam Shilowa was one of our best performing premiers in Gauteng. Baqala baqhwitha bodwa, yaphela lamgidi. Njengoba uphela namhlanje sithi hamba. Yes, iphelile lanto. Yafika iCOPE, yafika ngefashion, yaleqwa ngumuntu wonke. But iphelile namhlanje. Kwazovela lo wezikipa ezibomvu. Usaqhathisile. Kodwa khaphi yakhona lanto. Iphinda mzali, iphinda into enye. Every election same percentage. Uqhathisile kungaka. Usamile kwezazikipa, nani uyanisokolisa phezikolweni. Qhathisile umile. Kodwa khaphi yakhona lanto. Uphoyani lo. He's going the same direction lezinye. Kungena uZuma ngoku. uZuma yena ke uqhathisile ume ngapha nangapha. Bayamphendula abantu abafana naye. Uyabona comrades, uxelela umuntu indaba zakhe nongathethi inyani. Asikubonikalisa i-disrespect. uZuma uyasiqhela apha eSouth Africa. Ucinga bafana singabantwana bakhe. Alale evuka athethe into ezingeyonyani simjongelele. Kumana kuthiwa zininzi apologies zikaZuma nalapha ANC. Uve myekeni ubaba, sifiyekela ntoni? Elahlekisa abantu. Nabapha beqonga iphathi yakhe bathi uvalelwe ibhanki. Yazi ayivalwanga, utyala i-VBS. That's why ibhanki ivalile. And uyalazi lena ntoni elatyala le-VBS ilankani 7 million yonke akakwazi ibhatala. Now aba bantwana nabo asibazi why bangamncedisa bhatala ityala. Asinamsebenzi naye. Thina noba ngomso angawina la case e-electoral court ngolosithathu siyamthatha. Patent umkhonto wesizwe belong to the ANC. And we will not stop challenging that. Siyanaye pa patent trademark yethu yomkhonto la isebenzisayo. Besinaye pa eBloemfontein. Pa eBloemfontein esihlenyuka pa ethetha into ezingadibanile. Samthatha ngomso iyavela iverdict. Noba ingavela ithini la verdict mhlawumbe ithi hayi makaqhubeke ngale potso yakhe. Ngolosithathu siyamthatha. Eyona nto yobonyana ngoba maqabane into esingazuyivuma as the ANC is that somebody wakes up, lie and take our assets and run with them. Uzuma ngayivuma political party noba ngayibiza msholozi Kiss Party asinamsebenzi nayo. Makaqhubele nto afuna uyiqhuba but makangathathi i-assets ze-ANC abaleke ngazo. We will not allow that. That we will not allow. Here in the African National Congress, now and tomorrow. Now, who is vulele la passage? Bayam support again because bakulento yabo yokuthi ANC majoritarian must be reduced. Abazulunga kulonto. Azange balunge ngekhophu zabo nangezi izibomvu abazulunga nangozuma. The ANC will emerge. You know why? Benisezweni chayizolo nduvile umthandazo wabantu bakuthi. Uyabona xa kuthandaza abantu abadala bethetha ngeAfrican National Congress akho umuntu logqitha lo mthandazo. Uyabona nopastor apha bethandaza utsalile la mthandazo kodwa ebengcono namhlanje utsalile kodwa uchova vokothe baninzi ke abathandazayo nani maqabani nithandaze but masibe segrounding sidefende irevolution lento asoze sinikwe siyayisebenzela. Alright, i-ANC namandla because i-ANC iphakathi kwabantu bethu. Nina ningabafundi nabantu abatsha nini enizayithatha le ANC ni defend for future generations. Imali la 2024 in history will be explained by future generations. It is our time now to stand up and defend the revolution and defend the gains of our freedom under the leadership of the African National Congress. Let's do more together. Let's do more together. Amanda, awethu, zoyithola kanjani? Utelekoneni. Wafifu Mandela namdaviva. Wafifu Mandela namdaviva. Wafifu Mandela namdaviva. Wafifu Sisulu namdaviva. Wafifu Sisulu namdaviva. Wafifu Thabo namdaviva. Amanda. Thank you very much. Thank you.
There's our presidential candidate. Sicela nje ukuyibambisana ufote nayo sithumela yona ejabini comrade Sipa who's the deputy chair of the province kaSasco is our presidential candidate sibheka ngayo ngomso ejabini kwakukhulu umbambisana umphinzikelelo sakho nathi kwelesithathu angabuyi number the score angabuyi number the score sibulele kakhulu Secretary General of